Welcome to the channel. I am Ladewaybac, and today we're gonna go over these patch notes for Guilty Gear Strive, man. This is gonna be patch 2.0, and we've got a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. Okay, so before we get to the characters, I'm gonna go over these universal changes, that at least the ones that stand out to me. So we got Roman Cancel. Now triggers a slowdown effect when canceling into a normal or special move. The slowdown effect is only triggered when in close proximity to the opponent. Now causes the attention gauge to gradually deplete. Does not apply to yellow Roman Cancel. Okay. So with the blue Roman Cancel, made the timing for canceling into a normal or special move faster. Okay, that's cool, that's cool. Same thing with purple Roman Cancel, except the slowdown effect from purple Roman Cancel now ends when the attack lands. So that could open up some new things. If I'm reading that right, you can do like if your opponent is still grounded, let's say you do a combo on them that leaves them grounded, and then you do a purple Roman Cancel. Like let's say like a hit from May's Dolphin, and you do a purple cancel after that. Maybe there's enough time to go up to them and then hit a close slash and then do a whole other combo after that. At least that's what I'm thinking from it. Then we got red Roman Cancel. No longer applies any type of scaling when the shockwave from red Roman Cancel hits the opponent. Alright, I think that's a cool change. So we could just do some, you just catch somebody and then do a Roman Cancel, then you get like most of your damage there. But I can see this being a nerf to Jacko, because you can Roman Cancel after hitting a minion of Jacko's, which means it would lead to a full damage combo afterwards, which is kind of scary. But yeah, just something you just have to accept. All right, what else stood out to me here? You know, we got faultless defense can now be put onto a button. That is very useful, as I don't know what button I would put it on, but I have suffered because of that. So that's good to have that there. Let's see, the big stuff here. The big stuff here. Standing P. And well, all these light attacks, so all the punches and the kicks, and the normal punches and kicks from jumping, crouching, or standing, now trigger a slowdown effect on counter hit, which is gonna lead to a lot of new stuff, man. I'm pretty hyped for that. I've been thinking about what I can possibly do with Jacko out of that. So I think that's a really good change. And also, what will go along with this is Standing K can now be dash canceled. Does not apply to Potemkin and Nagoriyuki, obviously, and now launches opponent less than previously when used multiple times in the same combo. So that's going to lead to a lot of new things, and the same thing with close slash. That's going to lead to a lot of different things, a lot of different ways to apply pressure, and you know it's going to merge along with the counter hits. So let's say you do a standing kick with a character, then you could dash towards them if it's a counter, and possibly hit a close slash. So it'll be interesting to see that. And all right, those are the ones that stood out to me. You know, obviously you could be these other ones here, but let's get into the characters. Soul Bad Guy. All right, what we got here? We got Standing K. Decreased attack level, increased base scaling, now depletes more risk level. Increased combo blowback scaling on combos with Standing K as a starter. Okay, so that's good. That's good there. The Standing K has always been strong for Soul, so I can see that's a nerf. We got Crouching K, there's a decreased knockback, and also that's going to go along with the expanded frontal hitbox and hurtbox for the sweep. So now he'll be able to do both of those together. He'll be able to connect them together more frequently. So that's a nice buff for him there. And let's see, Crouching K, oh yeah, we said that. Far Standing S slash decreased damage, and the forward slash is also decreased damage, so that's good. I could say he could use some damage nerfs as long as he doesn't hurt the character too much. Increased recovery on the forward heavy slash, expanded upward hitbox, decreased knockback. Okay. Now these are going to be universal for most of the characters. The jumping P now launching opponents higher, and the kick also launching opponents higher. Now the jumping D here, this is interesting. Reduce the frontal hurtbox. Now causes less wall break value gain. So when a lot of souls will bounce you off the wall and continue their combo, that might, from what I'm reading, he'll be able to extend his combos further without getting a wall splat before he puts you through it. So I think that's a nice buff for him. All right, Gun Flame Feint, decrease the recovery. Okay, that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. Like the regular one, I haven't been able to catch all the time, at least not that frequently, because most souls don't use it, and so it kind of surprises me. So yeah, that's a scary buff. I like it. And his volcanic viper has been buffed, all versions. Soul is now in standing position on landing rather than crouching. Added a hitbox directly after ascent begins, and hitbox now remains throughout. Expanded hitbox during ascent and reduced the hurtbox. Can no longer be Roman cancelled while the opponent's gold burst is active. That's whatever. When blocked mid-air, the opponent now lands more quickly than before. So if you're jumping and he does it, you'll be able to land quicker and counter him. The ability for him to hit you with this is going to be a lot better though. So increase the startup of the volcanic viper. Aerial bandit bringer, decrease attack startup. All right, that's pretty cool. Vortex charge now launches opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Oh, that's pretty nice. So if you're throwing projectiles at Soul and he catches you with this, you're going to be even higher. So he'll probably get an opportunity to do an even bigger damage combo, which is pretty good. Reduce lower hitbox for Fafnir. So I guess you can't low profile it anymore. And Tyrant Rave, increase attack startup, increase recovery. So I don't think Soul got hurt here too much. You know, he lost some damage here and there, but he definitely still remains a strong character. Most definitely. Kai Kisk. Okay. Crouching K, decreased knockback. So just like Soul is probably for easier follow-ups. Forward K can now be cancelled into special moves. Okay. So he'll be able to switch some things up with that. Okay, that's a really good change for Kai. Close standing S, reduce recovery. Okay. Bar standing S, reduce frontal hurtbox. Crouching S, the same thing. Just great, right? As if his normals weren't good enough, they just got better. It just got better. All right, we already know about the jumping P and K. Jumping S, reduce frontal hurtbox, of course. Jumping HS now launches opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. So I'm guessing if he hits you in an air-to-air, he could probably follow up with a combo now, which is kind of scary. It's pretty scary. Jumping D, oh, we got a lot here. Can now be jump canceled and air dash canceled. Okay, that's pretty cool. Can now be canceled into special moves, so he could like follow up with a fireball afterwards. Now launches the opponent on grounded hit. Okay. Okay, so he's gonna be it sounded like he's gonna, if he hits you with that in like the corner or something, he's gonna be able to combo you afterwards. That's also very scary. Now launches opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. So launch opponent higher and it launches the opponent too. So yeah, that's yeah. And can now be canceled into a finish blow during a homing jump. Okay, yeah. His jump D just got a lot more powerful. Like a lot of Kais were using it in a cheeky way or not using it at all. So I think that's good that they gave him that. But you know, I just don't like fighting him, so a little upset by it. But you know, he could use it. He could use it, definitely. Shock state. Effect now ends when Kai takes damage. Okay, that's a nerf, but it's really not gonna hurt him that much. Not gonna hurt him at all, actually. Stun edge. Usage restriction is now removed after a set amount of time passes. What does that mean, really? I can see that's for the charged one also. And also reduce the recovery on the jumping ones. So what it's sounding like is you might be able to get multiple projectiles on the screen, because it says a set amount of time has passed, right? So you might be able to use a charged stun edge and then use a regular one right afterwards, because and you know, while the other one is still in the air. That's what it's sounding like. Okay, fondue arc. Okay, you know what I'm saying. Decrease attack level of initial half of active frames and reduce recovery. All right, the reduced recovery. So it was already hard enough to attack him after that, even after on block. So it looks like you're not going to be able to get anything in afterwards. And I'm not sure what they mean by attack level. My guess is they're talking about priority, if I'm right about that. If you know, let me know in the comments. Vapor thrust, all levels, all versions. Expanded lower hip. Oh man. You know, that was his one weakness that I like to exploit. You know, you can low profile his DP, but it looks like you're not gonna be able to do that anymore. Kai's is kind of looking like the perfect character here, man. He's kind of looking like the perfect character. I think he's gonna be top tier. If he wasn't already, he definitely will be now. I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'm jumping the gun here, but who knows? Dire Inclat. Reduce recovery. Okay. So what I'm guessing here is he used to be exposed to like a light attack after he threw that out. But now I'm guessing that it will set you guys back to neutral. And that'll also go with this this change to the Ford K, as he could cancel into the Dire Eclat now as a way to put pressure and to get the shock state on you. And yeah, and also if you reduce the recovery, it might be able to give him opportunities to combo you in the corner, because now he can move a lot faster after using it, and he can just scoop you off the ground and just hit you with a combo. Man, Kai's looking pretty nice, bro. If you can't find a character, Kai seems like the one to use. Ride to Lightning, increase attack startup. That's a good change, because then, you know, that's probably like the strongest super in the game, so that's a good thing to have. Dragon Install, increase movement speed of forward movement, backward movement, and dash. Wow, dude. Wow, this dude just straight up powered up, bro. This man just straight powered up. Get ready to see a lot of dragon installs. He's gonna do more damage. He's got multiple hits on his specials, and now he's gonna be able to move faster. And just how fast is this movement speed though? Especially the dashes. I'm thinking about the dash. Like, is he just gonna run up on you like Chipp or something? Because this is looking pretty scary. It's looking pretty scary. Decrease horizontal blowback distance. So like, I guess after you hit it, maybe you could combo after it. And decrease recovery. Yeah, man. Kai's looking real strong right now. All the Kai mains are always complaining about how weak he is. There's no way you can complain now. There's no way you can complain now. I thought he was strong already, but he's gonna be a beast now, man. He's gonna be an absolute beast. All right, on to the next one, man. Jeez. May. Reduced attack startup on the standing P, so they made it slower. It's kind of rough. Forward P adjusted, well, let's say 6P adjusted animation of opponent character on hit. Curious to see what that means. Standing K, reduced attack startup. Oof. Not sure if I like that, because a lot of times you'll use a dolphin and you get a hit, and then you can do the kick afterwards and then use another dolphin. So that might hurt her really bad. Okay, let's see. Our how do I say this? 2-3K. The opponent can now recover after landing. Oh, that's really bad, man. That's really bad. Because what she does is this: she gets a hard knockdown, and then she's able to apply pressure on your wake up. But if you can recover, then what's the point of using this? Because if you use this and they block it, then it's very unsafe. They can just do a full combo on you afterwards. So I don't really see the point of using this anymore. Standing HS, decrease damage, expand frontal hurt box during recovery. Oof. So now it's kind of sounding like it's not a disjointed attack. Well, maybe it is, but at least during the recovery, she's easy to get hit. So, but the decreased damage is a pretty big deal, because that thing hits. Well, not anymore, it doesn't. Crouching HS now launches opponent lower. That's also bad. That's also bad, depending on how much lower they're talking about. Because that's a great combo starter, especially if they're jumping at you, or after you get a close slash, then you can do like a vertical dolphin afterwards. So it depends on how low it is. Forward HS, decreased damage. That's also a pretty big hit. Damn, man, a lot of main nerfs here. All right, already know about the jumping P and K. Let's see. Down HS when jumping, increase recovery. So she's not going to be plus after you block this. So that's another big hit. It's probably going to put you back to neutral, is what I'm guessing. Man, that's pretty bad. Okay. Mr. Dolphin horizontal, all versions. Decreased damage, more decreased damage. Active frames now increase with the button when the button is held down. Not sure what this means. Well, I understand what it means. Like, are we talking like she'll be able to use the dolphin and just go across like the whole screen as long as the button is held down? Kind of like Soul's Vortex. At least that's what I'm thinking. Now maintains momentum after landing on whiff. Landing on whiff. That's a weird way of saying it. Why not say after whiffing? So maybe, all right, maybe just hear me out here. Maybe you use a dolphin and go as far as you want, and then you let go of the button, and then you still maintain the momentum. So it's kind of like doing, then you could do like a heavy slash. So it's like doing a sliding heavy slash, which would be a cool way to get more counter hits off the heavy slash. And if they're jumping while you're doing it, you just let the button go and then do a 2HS afterwards. So if what I'm saying now is actually true, then that's a really good buff for Mei then, because even with the damage nerfs and all the other nerfs so far, like that'll be very strong if it's gonna work how I think it's gonna work. Mr. Dolphin vertical, all versions. Movement speed now increases when the button is held down. Oh, movement speed, huh? So it could go even faster. Okay. No longer hits opponents when more than a set distance apart. Reduced recovery on hit. Okay, reduced recovery on hit. Okay, okay. Let's just keep going. Let's keep going here because there's another one for when the descending part of the attack hits, the opponent now bounces higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Increased speed of descent after hitting opponent. Okay, see, I like this right here. Okay, so I'll read it again for you. When the descending part of the attack hits, the opponent now bounces higher when the decreased horizontal blowback distance. So I'm guessing like it's a better anti-air here, and if your descent and if your speed of your descent increases, that means if you anti-air them, then you'll be able to run. If they're going higher and you're falling faster, that means you can follow up with a close slash and perhaps do a combo afterwards. I guess you could kind of already do that with Mei, but maybe it just might make it easier if I'm reading that right. Okay, and the wonderful and dynamic. When blocked mid-air, the opponent now lands more quickly than before. Increased recovery. Okay. Reduce recovery on hit. So I'm guessing you can't fall down with the punches anymore. Oh no, it's reduced. Reduced recovery on hit. So you might be able to get some more setups off of that. Maybe if you're falling faster. Hold on, let me see. Opponent bounce higher, decrease. Increased speed of descent after hitting opponents. Okay, so then you might be able to just land before they could even do anything, and like might reset it to neutral, and then you can do some kind of hit there. Maybe you even have the advantage. So the Dolphins seem to have gotten buffed, but the damage all around has gotten nerfed. So let's not judge this early, because at first when I was reading this, I thought she just got all around nerfed. But if what I'm thinking is true, and I'm reading this correctly, she might get pretty strong. It might be a whole nother way to play Mei, man. Might have like completely changed the character all around, man. And I'm excited to try this out. Definitely a character I'm excited to try out. Alright, on to the next one. Axolo. Alright, crouching P, expanded frontal hitbox. Alright, that's clearly a buff. Forward P now launches opponent on grounded hit. Now launches opponent higher when decreased horizontal blowback distance. Okay, that sounds like some new combo routes for Axel. If you try to jump at him, which he already has a bunch of options if you jump at him, but why not another one? Crouching K, decreased knockback, like per usual for everybody else. Forward K, added a wall bounce effect. Now launches opponent lower with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Okay, so the wall bounce, that's gonna make for some interesting combos there. That means if Axel got you in a corner, man, he's gonna be doing some new stuff to you. So prepare yourself. Close standing slash, reduce recovery. Far standing slash, reduce recovery. Expanded frontal hitbox and reduce hurtbox. Forward HS, increase knockback. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing for him. It depends, because if he's trying to keep you close, then that's bad. But if he's trying to, I think that's bad. Because if he's just gonna go on you, he's probably gonna do his try to go low and then go for a sweep afterwards or something like that, or maybe run up on you for a grab. So I would say that's a nerf, increasing the knockback of that. All right, jumping D, reduce frontal hurtbox. Winter Mantis, okay, can now hit opponents while they're taking damage. No longer hits opponent when more than a set distance apart. Expanded upper hitbox. Okay, these two lines right here can now hit opponents while they're taking damage, and also expanded upper hitbox. I'm guessing this means this is how he's gonna finish some combos now. So instead of it just being a grab, it's like a hit grab that is unblockable. So however you want to take that. So let's say when Axel does the delayed explosion that knocks you in the sky, when he does his sickle thing, and then he could follow up with a second one. Then he could probably finish with Winter Mantis, because you'll be falling into it. Because now it can hit you while you're taking damage, so you'll be falling into it, which is gonna open up all new combo routes for Axel. So when he's knocking you around in the sky from a distance, he can just finish with the Winter Mantis. So instead of finishing with the sickles, then he can just finish with the Winter Mantis, and it'll bring you closer to him, and then he can do whatever kind of setup that he wants to do to you. So that's a really strong buff for Axel, really strong buff. Aerial Snail, reduced attack startup, now bounces opponents higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Alright, that sounds like you can do your jump slash, and then it'll be better to follow up with this. Rainwater, that's the one where he jumps backwards. Reduced base damage scaling, now depletes more risk level. Increased combo blowback scaling, reduced combo blowback scaling on combos with Rainwater as a starter. Now causes more wall break value gain. Now less affected by combo blowback scaling. This is a lot. Now launches opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance, expanded upper hitbox. So yeah, this is just gonna go along with the combos, man, because he's gonna bounce you off the wall with this, and then he can finish off with this, or yeah, something like that. This definitely is gonna be used for corner combos, I can tell you that much. Axel Bomber, change the input. Oh, change input from the DP motion to a Hadouken motion, or quarter circle forward. I like to call it Hadouken. Now launches opponent less than previously when used multiple times in the same combo. Alright, so this is gonna hurt the Bomber loops combo, but you'll still be able to do them. It's just that they're gonna be lower, so you're not gonna be able to do as many. But you can be able to extend it if you're using your forward K, if they're bouncing them off a wall. So it's gonna create there's gonna be a whole lot of new Axel combos now. But the thing about the Bomber loops were they were really hard to do, because like you'd have to hit them and then jump immediately afterwards and then do a DP motion, which is not easy to do. It is not easy to do. But with a quarter circle forward motion, that's a lot easier. So everybody's going to be able to do some Bomber loops now, instead of being held out by the DP motion. So Sickle Storm, when blocked mid-air, the opponent now lands quickly. Yeah, we have a lot of that. They'll land quicker. So you know, if they're getting up off the ground, if you're doing your overdrive on wake up and they jump and they block it, then they'll have a easier time of countering you afterwards, which has basically been pretty universal so far, well, at least for most characters. So yeah, man, Axel's it sounds like he's getting a lot of different combo routes. Axel seems like he's gonna be a very interesting character to fight against, man. Very interesting. He's gonna be doing a whole lot of new stuff, man. I want to say I'm excited to see it, but you know, he's not the most fun character to fight against. But I know if you play Axel, you have to be excited about this. You're gonna be doing all sorts of stuff now, especially with the easier bomber loops. You can bounce them off the wall with the forward K, and you know the Winter Mantis. This one really got me, because you can finish with that, and then that's gonna put you right next to the opponent. Then you can just do whatever setup you want to do, man, which is pretty dope. Because you know Axel has a safe jump after that, and he can just go low on you, or he can do his overhead, or he can just grab you. And yeah, this is a pretty strong bust for Axel, man. I kind of dig it. I kind of dig it. All right. Chipp Xenoff. All right. Decrease knockback on the crouching K. Close standing slash. Reduce recovery as per usual. Far standing slash. Reduce hurt box during attack startup. All right. This is really good buff for Chipp. This is a really good buff for Chipp. This is like a regular button that you're hitting with Chipp when you're in a neutral state and you're trying to get on your opponent so you can start all your mixes. This is one of the important tools of Chipp. So this is a really good buff for him. I like that. Alpha Blade Horizontal no longer hits opponents when more than a set distance apart. Alpha Blade Horizontal, Aerial Alpha Blade Horizontal, no longer hits opponents when more than a set distance apart. Yeah, collision detection now activates sooner. Okay. Aerial Alpha Blade Diagonal, once again. Wait, did I just read that twice? Oh, no. Okay, I see it now. Chipp now lands a greater distance forward than before. Okay. Decreased recovery no longer hits opponents when more than a set distance apart. Now depletes more risk level. Increased combo blowback scaling now causes more wall break value gain. Now launches opponent higher on ground hit. Okay, these two things are important. Now launches opponent on a higher on ground hit and decreased recovery. That means he's going to be able to combo after this. I'm pretty sure I read it up here too. Where is it? Can now be followed up once it hits. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty dope. That's gonna be a nice little combo starter for Chipp, man. He's gonna catch you with that. A Chipp is gonna catch you with that. He's gonna be jumping in the sky and he's gonna fall back. He's gonna end up behind you, So if you're crouching, he's gonna hit you, and if you're not blocking the right way, he's gonna hit you. He's gonna be able to combo afterwards. So that's a very strong buff. Very strong buff, man. All right, where are we? Beta Blade, all versions can no longer be roaming cancelled by the opponent's gold psych burst is active. When blocked mid-air, the opponent now lands more quickly than before. Increased attack startup. So yeah, we've seen that a lot for the DPs. Gamma Blade, this is the clone. Increased attack level, now launches opponent higher on grounded hit. Wait, what? But it never launched before. So I guess higher means that it now launches? Okay. Now launches opponent lower with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Now depletes more risk level. Increased combo blowback scaling. Now causes more wall break value gain. Now launches opponent less than previously when used multiple times in the same combo. Increased tumble duration. Okay. Okay, so if I'm reading this right, because it says higher than before, so I guess higher would be higher than being just on the ground. So now it's I guess we could say this is a launcher. So this will be a good setup for corner combos then, because you'll be able to bounce them off the wall, and then you get a whole new way to get a combo. So yes, that's a great buff. If I'm understanding this right, that's a great buff. Senshu, this is the overhead kick when he's doing his rekas. Reduced attack startup, reduced recovery, increased movement speed, now creates less distance when opponent is hit in the corner. The opponent can now recover after landing. Now depletes less risk gauge, reduced combo blowback scaling on combos with Senshu as a starter, now causes less wall break value gain, now bounces opponent lower when decreased horizontal blowback distance. Okay, so we got, not only do we got the reduced recovery, we got increased movement speed and reduced attack startup. So this is going to be a faster move. And depending on how, I doubt they're going to make it safe on block, because we got reduced recovery. But I doubt the recovery is going to be so fast that he's going to be safe after doing this. But who knows? It might be. But like, if it's reducing the recovery, that means that you're not going to be able to do a full combo. I'm guessing it's going to have to start with like a light attack if they're going to hit you. And this makes it a better mix-up option. So it's going to be better to throw this out, because now that it's faster, usually if opponent thinks you're going to do it, they can just mash the button and they can just knock you right out of it, or they can just overdrive after it. So making this faster is like a very strong buff, man. It gives Chipp like a whole nother mix-up tool. So we got like 2 other new mix-up tools to get a combo off of, which is pretty amazing. All right, last Banki Misai. Change input from double quarter circle forward K to double quarter circle. This is unnecessary, bro. This is unnecessary. I don't know why they would do that, because this is just gonna mess up the Chipp players, bro. It just is. I mean, I can't think of a reason to change it. Maybe because he starts out throwing a bunch of punches or something. I think that it might be all punches, but still, this doesn't really help the character. This is just I don't know. Yeah, I like these buffs for Chipp. As somebody who likes to play Chipp, I like these buffs. Definitely like them. Potemkin. Alright, standing K, reduced frontal hurt box. Crouching K, decreased knockback. Oh, that's nice. Well, I guess everybody has that. Crouching slash, reduced frontal hurt box. Standing HS, reduced frontal hurt box. Okay, so this just making his normals better. I like it. Reduced frontal hurt box for the 6 heavy slash. Reduced horizontal blowback distance. The opponent can no longer recover after landing on counter hit. Reduced tumble duration on counter hit. Okay, not bad, not bad. So they can't recover, so they're gonna lay on the ground. So you could probably just go with a hammer fall and get closer to them. Potemkin Buster, reduced frontal hurt box. That's good as well. Although I don't know how that would be effective, but okay, probably something I'm just missing in my head. Both Mega Fists, reduced damage. Yeah, I can accept that. I like that. Those things did hit pretty hard. Hammerfall. The opponent can no longer recover after landing on counter hit. Increase maximum forward movement time possible. Alright, Hammerfall is the one where he's like sliding across the map. So increase the forward movement time possible. So I guess that means he goes further? But I'm pretty sure he could go like full screen with it already, right? The opponent can no longer recover after landing on counter hit. That's good. That's good. That's gonna make more setups, because then they have to play the guessing game with you. So that makes it a lot stronger on counter hit. I like that change. FDB, that's the little finger flick. Reduce base damage scaling, now depletes less risk level. Reduce combo blowback scaling, now causes less wall break value gain. Okay. Garuda Impact, alright, the move. Decreased damage, thank God. Removed wall bounce effect. Huh, Added tumble effect. Okay, I see what they're doing here. So the Garuda impact, instead of bouncing you off the wall, it's gonna do a tumble effect. So basically the tumble effect will happen if you jump. So if you jump and you get hit by this, you'll just be tumbling and then you'll still be stuck in the corner. So I do think that's a buff for him, because it's gonna allow more setups for Potemkin. So you're probably gonna get a lot more Potemkin busters on this, or just get your legs swept out, or you already know the Potemkin mix-ups. Alright, this is a big one. Gigantor Kai, that's the little beam that comes out of his chest. Projectile now appears even if the strike hit lands. Damage and blowback adjusted in line with this change. Oh, so okay, so usually when the strike hit, like the initial hit, when that hits you, then that's just the end of the overdrive. But now, even if it hits you, then it's still going to be coming out at you. All right, remove invincibility. I don't know about that one. That sounds pretty bad. Increase duration of tension penalty. Didn't know that was a tension penalty. I guess while it's out, then he can't gain tension. Maybe. Reduced attack startup. Okay, that's good, because it's not invincible anymore, but at least it's faster. Reduced recovery, expanded hitbox of the strike hit. Okay, so that's good. No longer gains tension when the strike hit lands. All right, no longer triggers wall break when the strike hit lands. That's good. The projectile no longer decelerates when the projectile now decelerates when closer to the corner. Okay, that's a pretty big deal. So if you're trapped in a corner with Potemkin, you just gotta throw this out and put an insane amount of pressure on you. That's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. So it no longer triggers the wall break. So you're just gonna be in there. It's gonna be in the corner. It's just gonna be slow moving and just hitting you constantly. All right, that's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big deal. Potemkin now has a way to use has a different way of using his meter now. Yeah, I like these changes. I can say I like these changes. I mean, I don't play Potemkin, but I don't see how. I'm pretty sure Potemkin players will like these changes. If I'm understanding this right, they'll definitely like it. Yeah, but I like these changes for Potemkin. It's gonna make some interesting matches with this character. Faust. All right, the doctor is in the house. Let's see what we got here. 6P. Now launches opponent higher. Okay, I'll take it. Standing K, expanded lower hitbox. Okay, if this means what I think it means, then this is an incredible change, because standing kick is a very strong button, has a great amount of distance, and is also very useful for combos. So if it's expanded to a lower hitbox, then I assume that means it could hit crouching opponents now. And if it can hit crouching opponents, that's a very big deal. A very big deal. Trust me. Trust me on that. Crouching K, reduce attack startup. Close standing slash, reduce recovery. Far standing slash, reduced recovery. Reduce frontal hurtbox. Oh, this is actually really strong. This is really strong, because sometimes I know when I'm using Faust and I throw this out, usually a player will hit me at the same time. So I like that it reduced the frontal hurtbox. That'll make neutral game a lot better, especially with the especially with the standing K also. So yeah, neutral is looking pretty nice right now. Crouching slash now launches opponent on grounded hit. Now launches opponent higher. Okay, we gonna get some combos off the 2S now. Well, of course you could combo before, but now it's gonna launch you off the ground. So like, depending on how high you go, this could change things. So let's say you jump at me. Well, jump at me. I'm playing Faust and you jump at me. That means if I'm knocking you higher, that means I could do the 2S, and maybe I could get 2 standing kicks in and then a forward heavy slash off of that, you know, or 6 HS. So that could that could be pretty game changing depending on how high they go. But yeah, a great buff. A lot of great buffs so far. What else we got? Standing heavy slash. The opponent can no longer recover after landing on counter hit. Okay, that's good. That's good. You hit them with it, and if they're not close to a wall and you can't combo off it, at least it's gonna be a hard knockdown, and then you can just run up on them and do whatever kind of mix you're trying to do. 6 HS. Added stagger effect. Okay, not the crush effect, but the stagger effect. So kind of like I assume like Eno using her stroke the big tree. So you have to hit a button to get out of the stagger effect. Okay, this is a very good change also, because if it hits you while you're grounded, then that means it pretty much guarantees the stabby stab move. What's it called? Thrust. So if he hits you with this and he throws thrust afterwards, you're getting hit by both of those. So that's gonna be like a long distance combo for him. Dude, what are these buffs, man? This is crazy. Does it keep going? Let's see. Our 2K in the air, our aerial 2K, increased damage. I will take it, because why not? Jumping HS, reduce frontal hurt box. And this is also a very important tool for Faust, because he could do he could jump and hit you with a jumping heavy slash, and then do an air dash and then hit it again, which will, and if you're close to a wall, it'll bounce you off a wall. Excuse me. And then he can proceed to a combo afterwards. So yeah, reducing the frontal hurt box, also a pretty big deal, because it's a very important button for Faust. Mix. Made the timing for controlling Faust movement directions, either left or right, inputs faster. That is great. Below back direction now matches the direction Faust is facing. The final hit during the active frames now has the same properties regardless of number of hits. Okay, so if we tap him once, does that mean we get a hard knockdown? So let's say we think we're going to use mix and it's going to be unsafe, but it ends up not being unsafe, but we still back up as we do it, because now it says we can control it faster. So we move forward and then get that initial hit and then move back and we still get the knockdown. If that's what they're saying. If that's the case, then that is also very strong, man. These are amazing. Banana peel. Banana peels can no longer hit multiple characters. Banana peels can no longer hit multiple characters at the same time. Didn't know that was a thing. That makes for some pretty funny hijinks though. Probably should have left that in. Afro explosion. Added guard crush effect. So we talking like a Goldlewis guard crush effect, where you do the whole motion, or like a Garuda impact. And Afro explosion, are we talking like, no, they're saying the explosion, so it's not the move love when he's throwing the Afro at you. I think it's just off the explosion. So once your Afro is on fire and you block it, now it's a guard crush, so he can just move in and start doing all this stuff. Yo, that's crazy. And like, there's another thing I didn't mention. Like, look, the crouching K, reduced attack startup, that's a very strong button on Faust. It can hit you like 2 to 3 times, man. So reduce the startup. So if I light your Afro on fire, it is a crush effect. I can just run up on you and you start doing that multiple times. Yo, this is nuts. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, there's more. Added ground bounce effect. This is meteors. Blowback direction now matches the direction the meteors are falling from. Okay, so if we get a bounce effect, maybe we could like do our little thing and then end up on the other side of him, and like Faust's teleport, end up on the other side and then follow up, since it's now bouncing them. Okay, I like it, but it's bouncing them in the direction that the meteors are going. Oh, actually that's perfect, because think about it, the meteors are going in their direction, right? So if you go behind them, then they'll be flying towards you on the opposite side, which will make for way easier combos. So now it's incentivizing you to teleport behind them and then do a follow-up after the meteors hit. Wow, dude, wow. Mini Faust. Hitbox now activates directly after coming into contact while the opponent or with the opponent or being attacked. Hitbox now activates directly after coming into contact with the opponent or being attacked. What does that mean? Does that mean it activates faster? So like, as soon as you hit it, then it begins to, oh, maybe it activates easier. Okay, but for what you can tell, it's definitely a buff. Let me just read it one more time. Hitbox now activates directly after coming into contact with the opponent or being attacked. Okay, so I'm guessing it just activates easier. Okay, Scarecrow now only charges if the same button used to activate the attack is held down. Okay, didn't know that was a thing, but I'll take it. Now launches opponent. Oh, it's Scarecrow again, the P and K versions. So basically, not the one that goes above them. That's the slash version. This is the one where it's either left or right. Now launches opponent higher. I'll take that. And reduced attack startup. Okay, so that incentivizes to use it more, right? Because like usually its attack takes are kind of wild to come out, and the opponent can clearly see like what direction you're coming from and can just block it easily and then punish you afterwards. But if there's reducing the attack startup, then I don't see why not to throw this move out every now and then and throw your opponent off. Okay. And I'm curious what it means launch opponent higher. Is there going to be an opportunity to follow up after this? Even if there is no follow-up, that is still a great buff. Scarecrow, all versions. Attack animation now begins when the button is released. Okay, that's cool. Thrust. Reduce frontal hurt box. Love that. I absolutely love that. Love. This is when he takes off his head and throws the bomb. Increased damage on initial hit. I'll take that. Projectile now appears even when the move is Roman cancel at an earlier point than before. Oh, okay. So you could throw it, then freaking Roman cancel, and then maybe Roman cancel like towards them, like you're in the air. So let's say you do a 2K in the sky, which is a little twisty thing, and then you throw your head at them, and then you Roman cancel, end up on the other side of them, and then they block, and the block will push them towards you, and now you have a mix-up. Now you can just go high, low, or you can just go for a grab, or the snip, 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 right? And lastly, bone-crushing excitement. Expanded upper hitbox, I'll take it. Blowback direction now matches the direction Faust is facing. Faust is no longer closer to the opponent after the cinematic ends. Okay, that's not bad. I like the expanded upper hitbox. Let's see, blowback direction now matches the opponent. Yeah, okay. Faust is now close. Oh, it's now closer to the opponent after that. I don't know why I thought that meant further. I literally said the word closer. I'll say, so he's closer. So he's closer, all right. So that leads to more follow-ups. That leads to more pressure after using this. Okay, every single thing listed here pretty much makes Faust ridiculously stronger. Oh my god. If there's no way anybody got better buffs than this guy. Faust is alright, you heard it here first. Faust is gonna be top tier. I guarantee it. Faust is gonna be top tier, man. I think about the players he's strong against. He's the characters he's strong against. He's strong against, well, I know for a fact he's stronger against Jacko. I mean, I played Jacko. And Nagoriyuki, he's strong against Nagoriyuki. He's pretty strong against Ram too. So the problem characters, he can pretty much beat them up, man. This is pretty huge. This is pretty huge, man. Be prepared to see Faust in some tournaments soon, man. Be prepared. These are some great changes. I am excited to use this character. I truly am, man. This makes me happy. Oh, and one more thing before I move on. Just think about all the Faust players who are currently using him now in his weakened state, and they're still sticking with him. They're still sticking with him, staying strong. Just think of what they're gonna do to you now. Just think of what's gonna happen to all of us. Oh, this is crazy, man. These are some amazing buffs, man. All right. Millia Rage. All right. Crouching P, reduced attack startup. Okay. Crouching K, reduced knockback. Reduced upper hurt box. Okay, I like it. Reduced recovery for the close standing slash. And oh, reduced recovery. So you know how Milia's do the close slash back to back? Well, it's gonna come out even quicker, especially since she could dash afterwards too. So I mean, what are we gonna get out of that? We'll see. Change the on hit effect of the second hit. I guess that's just gonna be something we're gonna have to see, because like I don't know what the change would be. You just have to see it, I guess. Far standing slash, reduced attack startup. That's pretty great. So, kind of like how I was saying that's important for Chipp on neutral on the ground. That'll be also important for her. Expanded frontal hitbox and hurtbox. Okay, but expanded the hitbox, yeah, that's pretty good. So it's probably gonna be around the range of Chipp's now. So yeah, this is gonna really help out a neutral game. I like that. Reduced frontal hurtbox of the standing HS. I never really used that with Millia when I did play her. So, but a buff's a buff, so you know, we'll just take it. Jumping S, reduced frontal hurtbox. Okay. Jumping D, expanded frontal hitbox and reduced hurtbox. Now launches opponent on grounded hit. Ah, so are we saying that if you hit them on the ground with your jumping D, with your jumping dust attack, it will like sweep them off the ground? So I assume we could do a dash slash and then another dash D, and then, you know, just do a bad moon afterward or something like that. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So if we're like okay, I'm gonna see how this hits though, because like if you know you're jumping at your opponent and you're doing multiple heavy slashes, if you're able to do a heavy slash dash and then do a D, then you can scoop them off the ground and then just do a bad moon afterwards. Okay, Okay, actually, that's a really good change. That's gonna make her mixes more potent, because it's kind of scary because you're gonna have to watch out for that. Okay. Ground throw, increased recovery upon successful throw. Okay, got some other characters that got that too. Bad Moon, the final hit now launches opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Okay, so if it launches opponent higher, I'm guessing that when you're doing the instant overhead, then you'll have more opportunity, like a better opportunity to get close to your opponent. Or maybe you can use your tandem top, depending on how high they go. Maybe there's enough time to do it. Turbo Fall, reduced recovery. I like that change. So I'm guessing it reduces recovery like once you land. So maybe it's easier to. Oh, also the mix that everybody the mix of Millia that everybody's looking out for when you do your forward heavy slash and then you do the turbo fall right in front of them. If it reduces the recovery, maybe you get advantage there. And then I don't know. I don't think it'd make it that fast to give you advantage, but maybe it makes a neutral spot, because usually they can grab you, but you can't break the grab because there's a counter grab. But now you could just grab every time, and if they know what's coming, then you could just break the grab. Or if they're looking to stop your grab, then you could just jump into a heavy slash. If that's the case, that adds even another mix. Okay, I'm liking these changes so far. Tandem top, all versions. Reduced recovery. Huh. And hitbox no longer disappears when Millia blocks the opponent's attack. That's a big deal. That's a big deal right there. Because I know if you've played Millia, and let's say you do a grab and then you do your tandem top afterwards, and then your opponent just like mashes and just hits you, and then the tandem top just disappears, and that sucks. But if it stays there, then one of your mixes could just be to block, and then they get hit by it anyways. Plus reduced recovery, so it's coming out faster. It's coming out faster. So even opportunities if you didn't have a chance to block, you can now block. So that's a mix in itself. You throw up the tandem top, and instead of doing anything, you just block. And then your opponent gets hit because he's hitting a button. All right, that's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. I like that. Tandem top slash version, increased knockback. Okay, we'll take it. Iron Savior, decreased horizontal blowback distance, expanded frontal hitbox. That's good. That's good. I like that too. Lust Shaker, fixed a bug where the final hit would sometimes not cause blowback. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing, but I'm glad they fixed it. Compel. What is compel? What is compel? What is compel? You know what? Let's just read it, and then I'm pretty sure I'll remember after I read it. Change properties from strike to projectile. I already know what it is. This is when she bounces off that flower. Okay. Change properties from strike to projectile. Reduced recovery. Now affected by momentum. Increased damage. Expanded hitbox. Okay. So now I'm sure they're trying to give you more reasons to use this move. But I'd have to see it. Like, it changes from strike to projectile, but how would that affect the move? I know we got increased recovery, and it's now affected by momentum. So I'm guessing there's going to be a whole bunch of different setups you can do with Millia. So instead of like, it's especially with like what I was saying, you do your instant your jump heavy slash, and then you could follow up with the jump D because it scoops them off the ground now. Now, maybe if they block, you use this, the compel, and maybe it hits them, and then I don't know what to make of it. This is something I would have to see. That's something you can't really tell what it would be like unless you could see it. But I think this is gonna be really strong. I'm pretty sure I read up here that yeah, the changes to jumping D, compel, and other moves make for more opportunities to trip the opponent up and deal damage after going on the defensive with jumping heavy slash during air stuff. So yeah, that. So they're saying it is going to create more opportunities for mixes. Okay, so yeah, that is in that case, it's a great buff, and I can't wait to see what it looks like when we use it too. And Winger, that's her invincible overdrive, increased attack startup, increased recovery. When blocked mid-air, the opponent now lands more quickly, like we've been seeing with other overdrives. Okay, I'm excited about these Millia changes, but I need to see them and see how they work. I'm pretty sure I have a good idea of how they work, but I can't really tell. The tandem top is my favorite thing though. You can just straight up block now. You can block now, and it comes out quicker, so like they can't really stop you. So like, be prepared for Millia to vortex you to death. Or if you're a Millia player, you vortex other players to death, man. Alright, good stuff. Good stuff. Zato 1. Okay, what do we have here? We have Eddie. So just, his pet. Reduce meter depletion when not attacking. Alright, right off the bat, we got a great buff for Zato. So he's gonna have that thing around even longer, so he doesn't have to like constantly keep throwing out attacks, and possibly doesn't have to summon him back as often, because he can just kind of have him out and just, you know, look for opportunities without the meter just like going away really fast. Because like I remember when I was using Zato for the week, I remember that was a problem for me, just running out of meter, just having Eddie around. So that's a pretty good buff for Zato. 6p. Adjusted animation of opponent character on hit. Okay. Reduce knockback, reduce attack startup on the crouching K. Close standing slash, reduce recovery as per other characters. Crouching slash, reduce frontal hurt box. Wait. That's the, oh, I hate that button. I hate that button. And it reduced the frontal hurt box. That was the best thing about that button, because so you can counter hit it. Alright, that's a pretty strong buff for Zato then. That's a pretty strong. I almost just like grazed past that one. Alright, standing HS, increased damage. Crouching HS, decreased damage. And our forward heavy slash, reduced descent speed. Actually, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, because he does kind of hover in the sky for a while there. So you'll be able to probably mix somebody up off of that. That's a good buff there. Let's see, jumping heavy slash. The first half of the active frames now launch opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. So that's probably like him catching you from air to air and then be able to catch you in a combo as you fall, is what I'm assuming. Jumping D, increased deceleration during startup. I read up top here, that increasing the deceleration of jumping D comes out, makes it less likely for him to land, improving its utility as an overhead. So Zato gets another overhead, another overhead he can throw at you. So that makes 3, because you got your 6K, and you got your dust attack, which he uses the most, and then he has the jumping D now. So more overhead. So so yeah, Pierce. This is the one where Eddie attacks twice, so he like reaches out at you twice. Delay the timing when Eddie gauge is depleted. Initial hit now launches opponent higher. That's good. Reduce attack startup on second hit. That's really good, because I'm pretty sure there were times where characters could like just mash and then kill Eddie through that. So that's a good buff there. Now the delayed timing with Eddie gauge is depleted. I'm not sure if I'm right about this, but I believe that the bar doesn't deplete until the move is finished, is what I believe. So it's going to take a longer time for it to recharge, because I don't play Zato, so I'm not quite sure, but I think that it's going to take a longer for it to recharge, because it's going to wait for the move to finish, as opposed to just like start like replenishing after you use the move. But I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that one. Thanks a lot. This is where the spikes come out of the ground from Eddie. Delay the timing where the Eddie gauge is depleted. Decrease damage. Oh, I'll take that. All types of scaling will now be applied once, even when the projectile hits multiple times. Okay. Leap. Decreased damage and expanded hurt box. Alright, I love this change. It's not great for Zato, but I love this change, because this move leads to a lot of damage, man. So decreased damage, I will take that. And expanded hurt box, that means it's easier to kill Eddie when he's using this move, which I will definitely take. And Amorphous, reduced attack startup, increased movement speed of hitbox. And that's his overdrives, where Eddie basically like eats you, like one of those plants that just kind of, I think what they're called, Venus traps, that just kind of close in on you. So yeah, not too many changes for Zato, but I am liking the decreased damage, because you know Zato's kind of nuts right now, and yeah, I like these changes. I think the Eddie change is a really good one for him though. I think that's a really good change right there. All right, Ramlethal. What do we have here? Okay, not too much on her. Let's see what we have. Dash cancel, increase recovery. Okay, so I'm guessing when she does her dash cancels that she'll be more vulnerable. So when she's like canceling her Rekkas and she dashes at you, there'll be a higher opportunity to attack her afterwards. All right, I'll take that any day of the week. Crouching K, decrease knockback. Yep. Close standing slash, decrease recovery. Yep. Bar standing slash, reduce upper hitbox. Hey, I'll take that. All right. So, you know, if you're jumping into her, you might not get hit by that, even though a lot of Ramlethals will catch you with the 6P. Crouching slash, reduced attack startup, reduced recovery. Alright, so yeah, that makes it a lot better. So be sure to guard those toes. Ramlethals will be throwing that more often. Standing heavy slash, reduce upper hitbox. Okay, just like our far standing slash. Jumping P. Oh, okay, we already know about those two. All right, here we go. The moves. Banjetto, if I'm saying that right. That's when this is where she throws the swords. Okay, so delayed timing when the opponent, the projectile appears. Attack startup remains unchanged. Not quite sure what that means, because I would have think that it comes out slower from what they said with the delayed timing when the projectile appears, but it does say attack startup remains unchanged. So I'm not quite sure what that means. I'll have to see that to visually understand that. We'll have to visually see it to understand that. If Ramlethal takes damage after firing a sword and before it reaches the corner, the hitbox disappears and the sword will be placed on the ground. Interesting. So if Ramlethal is throwing swords at you in the corner, you just mash. If you got something that you can hit her with, then you'll get knocked back by the sword, but like you won't get blown up though, right? Yeah, so I guess it's a better opportunity to mash. So even if you get hit by it, you won't really get punished as bad. So if you can find an opening in her offense before she throws a sword, then you know you'll be saving yourself. Okay. Decreased damage, I'll take that too. Reduced hitbox of explosion. All right. So they're nerfing that move. Like, it seems to be nerfed all around, man. That is not a good start for Ramlethal. Increased movement. Daro. And this is the where she dashes at you and then like raises out her arm and kind of knocks you up a little bit. Increased movement distance, so that is going to go further. No longer causes collision detection push box to expand. Okay, not quite sure what that means, but that means she'll get closer to you. And if I'm pretty sure I read something up here. All right, where was that? Okay, Ramlethal is now closer to the opponent after using Daro. Hits on the ground, meaning she can continue her offense with close slash depending on spacing. Oh, so yeah, so that's definitely a buff. It definitely got stronger there. Aggressa Ordano, reduced deceleration and lowered height of ascent. Okay, so it's just going to be better to use in neutral now because it's reducing the deceleration. So yeah, Ramlethals might be throwing that out a lot more when jumping. Calvados, decreased damage of all her hits other than the final hit and increased damage of final hit. Okay, that's when she shoots out the beam. So from what I'm seeing, this probably makes it better to, so when you get a wall splat, which if you're playing Ramlethal, you're probably going to get a lot of wall splats. When you do get this wall splat, you would want to finish with this move instead, because you will end up doing more damage because all the damage is put onto the final hit. So yeah, that would be better than using our next one, which is Mortabato. This is her invincible overdrive. Increased recovery. When blocked mid-air, the opponent now lands more quickly than before. Okay, see, this happens with me with Ramlethals a lot, because when I think she's going to overdrive, I do tend to jump. So this is going to help out a lot, because I know they're doing this with like pretty much all the overdrives. But yeah, this is going to be very helpful. So overall, this looks like some pretty, I guess it's half and half. It does make it better to fight her, especially with the nerfs of this this move right here. Because if you do hit her, then the sword would just be placed on the ground. So I do like that change. Some other aspects have got buffed on her, but also the dash cancel with the increased recovery. We'll see how decreased it is before we say anything about it. But yeah, this I think this puts Ramlethal in a better spot. It'll probably feel more fair to play against her. But I can't really tell right now, so we're just gonna see when the patch releases. Leo Whitefang. Standing K, increased recovery. Okay, so that's nerf there. Crouching K, decreased knockback. Close standing slash, reduced recovery. Crouching slash, reduced recovery. Alright, that one's a buff for him right there. Command normal 5. Now can withstand the opponent's attacks until directly before the attack is active. So that's basically his counter move when he's holding a button and he can block an attack, and then the attack that comes after it, if he hits the opposing button, So that's that right there. Sweep. All right, we have a lot here. Expanded lower hitbox, increased recovery, decreased knockback, increased movement speed. Now is more affected by dash momentum. Now launches opponent higher on counter hit. So effectively they buffed it, but also nerfed it in the sense too, because this increased recovery means that you'll be able to counter him if you block it. But if you do, but the sweep all around has gotten better for him, so he can just kind of fly at you with a low, which is kind of scary because it says affected by dash momentum now, and now it launches you on counter hit. So you know, high risk, high reward now for the 2D. All right, what else we got here? Jumping slash. Second hit now launches opponent lower. Huh? So I guess that he won't be able to combo as easy now. So I would say that's a nerf there. Jumping heavy slash, decreased frontal hurt box, now launches opponent lower. Okay. Jumping D now bounces opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. All right, so he'll be able to get more combos off of this jumping D, which is I say that's a nice buff for him. Okay, now these moves. I gotta say these moves. Eisenstrom, increased attack startup. Can no longer be Roman cancels while the opponent's gold burst is active. When blocked midair, the opponent now lands more quickly than before. Now this is his DP, and he has a really good DP. So it looks like the strategy. This has been going with most of the overdrives and DPs that when blocked midair, the opponent now lands more quickly than before. So it looks like when you knock your opponent down, a good strategy will be to jump if you think they're going to do a DP. That way you land quicker, because now when you're landing quicker, that means you can counter them. Here we go. Zweites Kalitz gets Stober. Now crosses over behind opponent when they are in the corner. What? All right. Just when you thought you were safe in the corner from getting mixed, you are now in trouble. That's his thing where he runs at you and goes behind you and then goes into his stance. So he can go to his stance while you're in the corner. That's scary stuff, man. That's scary stuff, man. All right, turbulence. The opponent can now recover after landing. All right, that's when he goes into stance and he does that little explosion behind him. So now you can recover from that instead of him getting a hard knockdown. So he won't be able to mix you after that. All right, K during Brian Hilder stance. Increased damage now triggers slow down effect on counter. Oof. That's gonna be rough to go against, because he's gonna kick you, get a counter hit, and then just gonna be able to do whatever afterwards. Oh boy. I can't tell if this character got nerfed or buffed. Well, we got one more left. Blitzschlag. Reduce base damage scaling now depletes less risk level. Reduce combo blowback scaling now causes less wall break value gain. And that's his big swing that puts you in the counter crush, I believe it's called, the blocking crush, the crushing thing where you're like blown back. He does it out of his stance, like how Goldlewis hits you. So yeah, I'm not sure. I say overall he got buffed. Because if you think about it, this going behind your opponent in the corner is super scary, and it's gonna come out even quicker. You're gonna have to really look out for that. And also the kick for the counter hit, that's also pretty dangerous. So yeah, watch out for Leos. But even though he did get some nerfs, but he also got buffed. So yeah, the character's still gonna be strong. Definitely gonna still be S tier. I guarantee it. Nagoriyuki. Crouching K. Decreased knockback. Far standing slash. Attack startup now varies depending on blood gauge. Damage and chip now varies depending on blood gauge. So what's happening here is the higher his blood gauge is, the higher it is, the more chip damage you do. And the more I see an attack startup now varies depending on blood gauge. So I'm assuming that the more blood gauge you have, the faster the attack will come out. So that is a buff to Nagoriyuki in a sense, but that's also a pretty cool concept. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't use the character, and I do get beat up by him a lot. I do like the change. I think that's a really cool concept of the character. Far standing slash. Follow up, damage and chip damage not vary based on gold gauge. Yep. And the final hit, same thing. Crouching slash, attack setup now varies depending on blood gauge. This is already good by itself. It's kind of scary that it's going to be faster. And also the same thing, damage and chip will now vary depending on blood gauge. Crouching heavy slash, reduce lower hitbox. Okay, you know, I like that. I do like that change. Because now we'll have an easier time of going under him, as opposed to him being able to like cover up most of the screen. So so reduce lower hitbox, I like that. I like that. All right, we already know about those two. Jumping slash, attack startup now varies depending on blood gauge. Damage and chip damage now vary depending on blood gauge. Okay, so same thing for the jumping slash, and chip damage with the jumping heavy slash. Jumping D. All right, same thing. So basically everything he's doing, if he has more of the blood gauge, he's gonna be chipping you out faster, and it's gonna get some startup. It's gonna be faster. Blood rage, decrease opponent's reeling time during guard crush. Okay, so I guess if he guard crushes next to you, you'll have the advantage now. Because I'm trying to remember. I think it was neutral before, or maybe he had the slight advantage. But I think it's probably just gonna go to neutral now, I suppose. Okay, what do we got here? Zarameyuki. Delay the timing when the blood gauge begins to increase. So I'm guessing, well, I guess it's just like, it's exactly how it sounds like. Instead of just going up as soon as you use it, it's gonna sit a while and then begin to go up. So if you're just spamming these moves, it's gonna creep up on you. Or if you're already gonna go over, you could just, or if you're like really high up on your blood gauge, you could just start spamming stuff because it's gonna take a while for it to go up. Because I'm seeing this the same delayed timing with his other moves too. All right, Nagoriyuki. Delay the timing. This is his spin move. The first one, the Zarameyuki, that's his projectile. That's my most hated move by Nago, because he could use it and then he can dash at you and then set you up for a 50-50 between the bite and the close slash. So Nagoriyuki, we already know the delayed time. We already know about the delayed timing. Decrease knockback. Okay. Increase horizontal blowback distance. No longer causes collision detection. Push box to expand. Increase recovery. Increase movement distance. Momentum now remains while canceling into other special moves. Okay, so he's gonna have an easier time of hitting you after he uses this move. But also we have where is it? Increase recovery. So now he won't have advantage when he uses this move, which is a pretty big deal. Or at least I believe so. Because if they're increasing the recovery, he was already slightly faster than you. So now after he uses it, he won't put you in a really bad spot where you have to think between the command grab or the close slash. So now you'll have the ability to retaliate. So yeah, I do like that change, because that move could be very problematic. Shizuriyuki. Already know about the delayed time. Added ground bounce effect to the second hit. So it looks like he's going to be able to get some combos after doing the follow-up, because usually you just use the first one and then combo after it. But if you can get the ground bounce, then there's you might as well just do the second part and then follow up afterwards. All right, Fukyo, delayed timing. The latter half of the move can now, the later half of the move can now be canceled into special moves. Momentum now remains when canceling into other special moves. All right, that's a pretty cool change. That means he's gonna be just like sliding all over the place. He's probably gonna Fukyo into the Shizuriyuki, and it's just gonna like fly halfway across the screen. So be prepared for that if you are versed Nagoriyuki. At Wasuriyuki, increase recovery when the follow-up cinematic is not triggered. This is his overdrive, by the way, the one where he's in regular mode. Now bounces opponents higher with the initial hit, connects without triggering the follow-up cinematic. When blocked mid-air, the opponent can now land more quickly than before, as per usual for all these overdrives. Okay, I like these changes for Nagoriyuki. They didn't ruin the character. You know, they're keeping him strong, but now you can retaliate from from the spin move right here, and I do like that. I kind of wish they reverted the Zarameyuki back to how it was at release. But yeah, that might be asking for too much. And I do like that now that he has a reason to use the follow-up of Shizuriyuki instead of trying to like frame trap people. So yeah, I like these changes for Nago. Yeah, I like them. Giovanna. Dash. Movement speed can now be altered with left or right inputs during the animation. Interesting. I like that change. I like that. It'll help her control the ground game even more. Normal moves and command normals. Added chip damage when at over 50% tension. Okay, Giovanna. She got some chip damage. All she needs is half a bar. Okay, I like that change. That's pretty dope. Crouching K, decreased knockback, expanded upper hitbox and hurtbox. Usually with the Crouching Ks we didn't see this. So expanded upper hitbox. Okay, so I'm guessing that we're supposed to use this as a combo extender now. So let's say you have your opponent in the corner and you're juggling them with your standing kick. I guess you could do a crouching kick afterwards, and it'll still like knock them up a little bit because the hitbox is higher. So I'm guess that's the reason they're doing it. So if let's say you can't juggle them with your standing kick, and then you can use your lower kick though, and that can just lead to different combo routes. I could be overhyping it. I'm not sure. That's something we'll have to see. All right, where was I? Okay, far standing slash, decrease horizontal blowback distance. Sweep, increase recovery. Oh, and no longer hits opponents with more than a set distance apart. All right, so that's a nerf to the 2D, but you know, I'm pretty sure that was expected. It's a very strong button. Where we had jumping slash, reduce upper hurt box. All right, that's good. Jumping heavy slash now launches opponent lower. Now I'm wondering how that's gonna work. Is she gonna still be able to do her jump D afterwards, so she could do those cool air combos that she has? Because I doubt they'd take that away. If it's gonna be lower, I'm assuming it's slightly lower. Now jumping D, okay, that's the one that's next. Decreased damage. The second hit now launches opponent higher. Oh, okay. So if the heavy slash knocks him lower, and okay, so you can even do like jumping slash into the jumping dust attack, and that can knock them higher, which will make it easier if you like bringing them to the corner, or maybe even catch them mid screen and do like a dash kick to extend the combo. Okay, because if the jumping D is making them go higher, yeah, that'd just be something that you like always throw out when you knock them when you're doing an air combo, and you always be able to catch them on the ground. Because not every time you're able to catch them on the ground, but if they're going higher, but it depends on how higher, so we'll have to see. Ground throw, reduced throw range. Interesting. How far was that throw range? Oh no, I think I know what this is. I think when you're doing your dash kick, that you're not going to be in range anymore. That's what I think that is. I think they're trying to get rid of that. That's just a guess though. That's just a guess. I hope they don't do that. I like that aspect about Giovanna. All right, now to the special moves. Sepultura. Decrease damage, reduce lower hitbox and hurtbox. All right, this is her combo finisher, where she does a little back kick. Now it has a reduced lower hitbox, so I'm wondering, does that mean that you'll be able to duck it, or that means you can low profile it now? So like a Jacko 2D, we're able to just be going under it. That'll be interesting to see. I doubt they'll let you duck it, so it's probably going to be able to get low profiled. So now with Giovanna, you're gonna have to pick your ender more correctly. So you can't just throw this out on block. You're probably gonna want to do something else, or just not even just finish at all. But it depends. We'll see. Travau. Expanded the maximum distance with opponent from which it can connect. Increase active frames. Reduced recovery. Oh, that makes it very strong. So it expanded the maximum distance that it can connect, increased the active frames, and reduced recovery. The thing already had a pretty reduced recovery because you got your plus afterwards after block. So that's interesting. So like if you're using Giovanna, you'll definitely if you're going against a Giovanna, you'll definitely be seeing this move a lot more. Seeing it a lot more. This is her drop kick, by the way. Sol Necete. Reduced lower hitbox and extended upper hitbox. Okay, so this is a straight up anti-air now. It's a straight up anti-air. Okay, I like it. Because when she gets a counter hit off of that, man, you are in for a big combo. All right, here we go. Oh, this looks like a big one. So Ponte. Expanded. This is where she flips on the other opposite side of you and does a little split kick. Expanded lower hitbox and hurtbox. Movement distance now varies depending on left or right inputs during the animation. Okay. Opponent can now recover after landing. I guess that's fair, because you can't just keep doing it over and over now if they can recover. Now bounces opponent higher. Increased recovery. Increase attack level of the second hit and reduce attack startup of the second hit. What second hit are they talking about here? Because there's only a single hit. Are they changing it to have 2 hits? Is it a 2-hitter now? I wonder if it's maybe like it hits as it's going up and also hits on its way down now. Because that's a pretty strong buff to the move. And you can also pick your direction depending on if you hit left or right while doing the move, which is very interesting. I do like that change. So what they're doing with Giovanna now is usually you could just finish your block strings the same way, but now it's like differentiating them. Now, like depending on the situation, you'll want to use a different one. Like using the Sol Nascente and Chavao, like you'll still be plus afterwards, so like you could just switch up between them and it didn't really matter too much. But now they're like completely different, so it's giving you more ways to use your Giovanna. I like these changes. I very much like these changes. Oh, Sol Pote is now affected by momentum also. That's the same little flip kick we were just talking about. And Ventania, I'm probably like freaking brutalizing these names. Increase attack startup. Okay, so that's her overdrive, the invincible one with the breakdancing kicks. All right, yeah, I love these Giovanna changes. I love these changes. All right, they took a cool character and made her even cooler, bro. I like it, man. Good job, Arxis. Good job. Anji Mito. Crouching kick. Decrease knockback, close standing slash, reduce recovery, far standing slash, reduced attack startup, and reduce frontal hurtbox. Oh, nice. All right, you got some pokes now. Well, better pokes. Well, you can poke better. Let's just say that. Crouching slash, reduced attack startup. Oh, same thing, and reduce frontal hurtbox. No longer in counter hit state after active frames end. Okay. All right, looking good so far, Anji. Standing heavy slash. Opponent is now forced crouching state on grounded counter hit. Huh. I wonder what that will do. Grounded. Okay. If he's forced into crouch on grounded counter hit. I wonder exactly what that changes. I'm not sure. I'm sure somebody who plays a lot of Anji will probably know that one. Oh, let's see here. Jumping. Oh yeah, we know about the jumping kicks and punches. Jumping heavy slash now launches opponent higher with decrease horizontal blowback distance. All right. Jumping D, expanded frontal hitbox and reduce hurtbox. Oh, okay. So you'll probably have an easier time of bouncing them off the wall if it wouldn't connect because of the hitbox is now expanded. Okay. Shitsu, the projectile now decelerates when in the corner. So I assume that's like when you have them directly in the corner. Let's say you just sweep them and you're like right on them in the corner. That means that the little butterfly thing is gonna move slower towards you. So you have to wake up into it. So Anji can now use it in the corner more effectively. Just like as soon as you get the knockdown, just throw it out. So that's a good buff there. Fujin, reduced recovery. Okay, that's good. Fujin charge, increased attack level, no longer launches opponent on grounded hit. Alright, not hitting the opponent, launching the opponent is a nerf. But I don't think that's too big of a deal. I don't think it's too big of a deal. Well, we'll see what else is left. Shin, increased attack level. So I think I was saying before earlier, I think that attack level is based on priority. But it could be like a longer block stun. Because I read up here, it's now easier to maintain the offense after the opponent blocks Shin. So if that's the case, then it's probably longer block frames, if that's what they mean by attack level. All right, Nagiha, increased attack startup. That's the low when after Fujin and you can pick what you do afterwards. That's the low. So we use the little spirit sword to sweep you up. So now the attack starts up slower, but Rin here has reduced attack startup. So I'm guessing that they're probably at the same speed now. So like you'll just, I'm not sure if they'll be reactable. I mean, we'll see with that, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be at the same speed. So it's going to be like better 50-50 situations. All right, reduce attack startup, reduce recovery, now depletes less risk level, decrease combo blowback scaling for combos with Rin as a starter, now causes less wall break value gain, now bounces opponent lower with decreased horizontal blowback distance. I'm not sure if that's going to stop his combos, or maybe you're just going to have to switch up the combo route. That's probably what it is, because I doubt they'd take away the straight up combo from it, because if they took away the combo, then that'd be pretty bad. That'd make Anji pretty bad. Alright, cool. Decreased damage on second hit. Oh, that's not good. The opponent can now recover after landing. Ooh, that's a bad one. That's a really bad one. Because I know this from fighting so many Anjis that like when you get hit by the Ko and they get a hard knockdown, you're in for a whole nightmare. So that's taking away like precious setups, man. Like this Anji being able to apply pressure on you like on wake up. Alright, and Sai, we'll just say the second part, Sai, increased damage. That's the overdrive where he spins the fans. I don't know how I feel about this this for Anji. I'm not sure. I'm looking over everything. Like the Rin getting buffed to be faster is a good thing. That's overhead, and like most likely you'll be able to still get a combo off of that. Nagi, how you don't get a combo unless you Roman cancel. The Shin I think is great, but the Fujin charge that's not launching your opponent anymore. Well, if you can still combo afterwards, then it'll just be fine. It'll be fine. Maybe you'll probably miss out on some damage, but at least you can still combo off of it, you know? Alright, this seems like it's gonna be one of those patches, I mean, one of these characters where you'll have to play it first and find out. But I think this is overall buffs for Anji. I think so, because he got some better neutral buttons. But you'll probably have to play them to find out. Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. I think the Rin change is really good. I think it's really good. Yeah, okay, I'll just say this. This is just what I believe. I think this is going to be a buff for Anji. I think it's going to make Anji better. But after we try him out, we'll find out then. Ino, what do we have here? Air dash and air back dash. Trajectory can now be altered with up and down inputs. That sounds terrifying. That's kind of like Faust. I wonder how she'll be able to how much she'll be able to alter this. Like maybe she could dash forward at you and like immediately like land. Well, I guess she could already do that now. But like for this is gonna help with like long distance dashing. So when she's trying to get onto you from a long distance. So that's a pretty good change for Ino. Because what Ino struggles with is not being close to her opponent. So like usually the way to win is just to keep her away, right? So this is gonna help her to get onto her opponents. Not that I want her to be strong or anything, but it's gonna help her. Crouching punch, reduce attack start time, so you know, better time at mashing. Crouching kick, decreased knockback, reduce upper hurt box. Close standing slash, reduce recovery. Crouching slash, reduce attack startup, expanded frontal hitbox and hurt box. Alright, and on to the special moves. Alright, antidepressant scale, all versions. Trajectory is now easier to alter with up and down inputs after activation. Projectile now appears even when the move is Roman cancelled at an earlier point than before. Oh nice, kind of like that Faust change. Fix a bug where the attack would sometimes remain on screen longer than intended after the hitbox disappeared. Never seen that before. Alright, that's cool. So the trajectory is easier to do that. Okay, so what they're doing here is they're buffing her long range game, so it's gonna help her get in on her opponents now. So make the projectiles better, make the dashing better. Let's see, aerial antidepressant scale, increase the movement speed of the projectile and increases the recovery. So the recovery is longer, but the projectile is even faster. All right, we've got chemical love, almost missed it. Increased active frames. Okay, so yeah, they're upgrading her long range mid range game. So she has something to do until she gets in on you. Stroke the big tree, heavy slash version, increase recovery. Oh, increase stagger duration. Oh, and decrease knockback on hit. Okay, so basically, she'll be easier to punish if it's blocked, but like you're screwed if you get hit. Then your the stagger duration is longer, and she could probably do more damage to you now. So take that as it is. Be sure to block low, guys. Or what? All right, you already know what she's gonna attack from up and down. So at least you can possibly punish her on the heavy slash version now. Sultry performance. The final hit during the active frames now have the same properties regardless of the number of hits. Sultry performance. That is her air moves, where she like does a little sliding kick down, or she does a little spinny thing. It's the special move she uses in the air. Ultimate Fortissimo, increased attack startup. Aerial ultimate Fortissimo. Ino can no longer land as the move comes out. That is great. That is great, because Inos will just dash up to you, use it, and then mix you afterwards. That's great, man. I like those changes to the overdrive, because I hated those things. Oh, the Sultry performance is only the heavy slash version. So that's the one where she does a spin. So let me read it again. The final hit during the active frames now have the same properties regardless of the number of hits. Oh, okay, so you can just cancel it as early as you want. Or even if the last one hits, then you still get what you're looking for. Alright. Yeah, I like these changes of Ino. She can't abuse the overdrive as much. I mean, she can still do it, but it won't be as oppressive. And also, it increased her game of getting closer to you. So now she can fight at a distance until she gets to where she wants to be. So yeah, this is some good changes for Ino. I think it will keep her in the same spot. Actually, no. It makes her a little stronger. Definitely makes her a little stronger, because now she can do some more. And she didn't get nerfed too hard, or pretty much at all. Except for I'd say it would be a nerf for the heavy slash of Stroke the Big Tree. Even though they increase the stagger duration, they increase the recovery, so if you block it, it seems like you'll be able to punish her. So I will take that as a nerf, since Inos do love throwing that out. But we'll find out and see. I think Ino's still in a great spot. Definitely in a great spot. Goldlewis. What do we have here? Alright, already starting out. 6p extended lower hitbox. Yeah, that was always a complaint of Goldlewis players, the 6p, and now it can hit lower. That is great. That is a great buff already. Crouching kick, decreased knockback, reduced recovery. Close standing slash, reduced recovery. Nice. Bar standing slash now moves forward. Ooh, I like that. Reduced frontal hurtbox too. Okay, so he's gonna be sliding forward on you with it. Alright, standing heavy slash, expanded the frontal hitbox. Forward heavy slash, or 6 heavy slash. Increased movement speed, now maintains momentum. Excuse me? So he could run at you, and he's gonna be swinging that's when his forward heavy slash is when he takes the coffin and he just like extends his arms out and just swings it around. Yeah, so he's gonna be maintaining momentum while doing that. So that's gonna take up a lot of the screen, man. It's gonna take up a lot of the screen. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. I like that. And he'll probably be able to follow up with his behemoth typhoon. Alright, that's pretty dope. I like it. Alright, these buffs are looking good so far. What else we got? Jumping slash, reduced frontal hurtbox. Okay. I mean, it was already hard to beat that anyway, so it's made it even stronger. Jumping D, reduced frontal hurtbox. Oh, that's pretty strong for that. And reduced attack startup too. Oh, that's very strong. The jump D is already super strong. They just made it even stronger, man. So what I'm seeing here is when this guy is on you, it's even more terrifying now. It's gonna make it easy. Looks like it's getting easier for him to get on you, and it's even more terrifying now. This buff right here, the jumping D, that is pretty big. That's pretty big. Because it's gonna be hard for you to stop it, even if you know it's coming. Alright, Thunderbird. That's when he sends out the little drone at you, delay the time of the security level reset. So yeah, it just means what it says. Recovery now varies depending on the security level. Okay. So are you telling me that he could just, if his security level is high, he could just use it and immediately like start running at you after he uses it, like even faster? Alright, that's pretty dope. Alright, you should be scared of that. If you're fighting a Goldlewis, you should be scared of that. Clash level now varies depending on security level. Okay, so it's going to be stronger. It's going to be able to clash with more stuff the higher the security level. I think I see where this is going. The projectile now decelerates when closer to the corner. Okay, so it's like like Anji with this Shih Tzu, so that decelerates too, and Potemkin's overdrive now does that too now. So it's gonna go slower while like the closer to the corner is, the closer to you are into the corner. So it's really gonna make you want to jump, because you're gonna have to sit there and just watch it slowly creeping at you while this giant dude, who you know is gonna defeat you once he gets like right on you, is running right at you. That is terrifying. That is terrifying, man. All right, where do we leave off? Decelerate. Okay. Active frames now extend after connecting with opponent. Okay. Decrease horizontal blowback distance except for the final hit. The timing with the hitbox no longer disappears if Goldlewis takes damage after firing the projectile. Now varies depending on the security level. Okay, so if he throws that thing out, slap him as many times as you want. As long as that security level is high, it's still coming for you. Remove the set distance with opponent required for a final hit to connect. The opponent can no longer recover after landing. So I'm guessing when it hits you, it's gonna be a hard knockdown. If that's true, that's also terrifying, because that means he's gonna close the distance on you and he's gonna mess you up. Skyfish, this is the Gatling gun. Delay the timing of the security level reset, just like Thunderbird. Down with the system. When blocked midair, the opponent now lands more quickly. All right, just slow like our other overdrives. We can just jump at him and then we can punish him afterwards. Burn it down. Reduce recovery. Okay, so we can just do that. That's when the laser comes down. So you can just do it, start running at you, and increase attack level. All right, so yeah. I don't think attack level is priority. I think it's an increase of frames, like blocking frames, so it can just lock you down longer. Okay, Goldlewis looking kind of good here, bro. Goldlewis looking pretty good. Oh man, he just got a lot scarier, bro. When that security level goes up, man, you better be on your 10 toes, man. You better be 10 toes down, bro. Cause he's gonna send that Thunderbird after you. It's gonna creep on you and it's gonna like lock you down in the corner. He's gonna be jumping with his safe jump dust attack, or his safe jump slash. Oh man, I'm kind of excited to see Goldlewis players fight, bro. I'm excited to see what this looks like on paper. Well, not on paper, but on I want to visualize it. I want to see this happen. You know what I'm trying to say. All right, moving on. All right, it's Jacko time. You may not know, but I am a Jacko main, and I am very excited for these notes. So let's see what we start off here. Servant gauge. Increase gauge value at round start. Now, I have said this plenty of times. If I want any kind of buff for Jacko, any at all, this is what I want. I want to be able to pop off from jump. As soon as that match starts, I want to be able to just go off on somebody, especially if I get the first hit at the start of the round. Then I can just start doing all my Jacko nonsense, bro. And like, it was hard to do because you never had the meter for it. But now I'm hoping that they're talking about a full gauge here. They just say more. So even 2 gauges would be better, as long as it's not just the one. You know, so I feel like I already won, bro. I already won, and there's so much more too. So let's see what else we got here. Crouching punch, reduce attack startup, nice. Standing kick, reduce recovery, like that also. Crouching kick, reduce attack startup, reduce recovery, and decrease the knockback. That's really good. Not only did it reduce the startup, but it reduced the recovery. So that's crouching kick is very strong, very strong. Close standing slash, reduce recovery as per usual. Crouching heavy slash, decrease horizontal blowback distance. Could make for different combos, but I doubt it. I don't know, because sometimes if you just hit it, they can bounce a little far away. But we'll see here. I mean, it's not like this is something that people just throw out. Usually they use it to apply pressure while kicking the minion. Let's see, sweep, 2D. Reduce attack startup. Nice. I like that. I like that very much. Alright. Yeah, we already know about those two. Jumping heavy slash. Expanded the lower hitbox and hurtbox of the initial hit. I like that too, because I've whiffed a couple of those from a ducking opponent. Okay. Where was I? Alright, jumping D. Can now be jump canceled and air dash canceled. Okay, so you could already do this after the ball. This is her air projectile. So when she jumps and she shoots out the little ball at you, you could already do this when it hits your opponent. So I'm assuming what they're saying is as soon as it comes out, as soon as you use it, you can air dash right after, or you can jump cancel it. So what I'm thinking of is you can use this and then jump again and use it again, so have 2 balls going at your opponent at like 2 different angles. Or you could jump and do like a let's say you jump and do, or you hold up your minion, you jump and do a slash to knock it down, then do a dust attack, and then jump again and do a dust attack. That covers like everything. That covers jump-ins, run-ins, or air, like it covers all everything. It's like a wall. You know, if I'm like picturing this right, then you should be able to do that. Can now be canceled into a special move. I don't know why you would want to. I guess for a minion attack, you just do it in the minion attack afterwards. I feel like it's very rare that you're gonna do this, but it's nice to have. It's nice to have. Maybe there's another combo route that's opened up. It's just nice to have. Can now be canceled to do a finishing blow during a homing jump. All right, so I think this is gonna be very key, because that means we'll be able to shoot off 2 dust attacks like very close to each other, and that sounds pretty cool to do. Or to shoot it and immediately air dash, so you kind of have some protection in front of you as you air dash at your opponent. If I'm right about this, if I'm right, you know, we'll find out 2 days from now. All right, throw servant all versions, reduce recovery, nice, I like that. Increase clash level of servant. Okay, so this is gonna give it more priority. I've heard this mentioned, I believe by a man named Baiken, that the servants should have, well, the minions, I like to call them, should have more priority. So it's because like everything just kills them. People slap them away, or another projectile just kill them, and it's like it takes 2 motions to use this projectile, and everybody only has to use the 1, and it's like everybody can just do whatever to get rid of it. So we'll see how much like clash level it gets, but like anything is better than what it is now, because you know everything just beats the minion. All right, release servant all versions. May the timing of the tension gauge increase upon special move activation faster. Okay. Recover servant, reduce recovery. Okay. I don't think many people are using that now. Okay, maybe it's like reduced, like heavily reduced, so you can just like do it like a close slash and then use the recall and just do another one like right afterwards. So it could be like a way to fake your opponent out because the recovery is reduced. I don't know. We'll find out. Recover servant all versions while lifting a servant. Made the timing of tension gauge increase upon special. Okay. Attack command all versions. Reduce attack startup and recovery. No change to frame advantage. Now what does that mean? We reduce the startup of the attack and the recovery, but there's no frame advantage. So I guess it comes out faster, and you're able to move faster, but like the amount of frame advantage you get. Okay, yeah, I understand. Attack command all versions while lifting servant. Made the timing. Okay, we know that. Attack command all versions while lifting a servant. Now deals damage. Did it not deal damage before? I'm pretty sure it deals damage. I could be wrong. It's not like I use it. Not like I use attack command while holding the servant on people. But I'm pretty sure I've used it in the combo or 2, and it did damage. This is weird to me. This is weird to me. Maybe they mean something else. Maybe it's gonna be something completely different. I don't know. This is weird to me. We're just gonna move on. Defend command all versions set while lifting the servant. Increase the time window during which servants can withstand attack. Expanded servant hitbox. I like this. So many times I've placed like a minion in front of me, and like let's say I know a soul is about to do a vortex on me, and then he'll use it. I'll just place it in front of me, and I see him using it, and like I'll make the read that he's gonna do it, because souls like to do that because they think you're gonna do something with your minion. So I'll hold it out there, and well, when I used to use defense command, and I would use it. But if he held the button down, he would go slightly past the minion and still hit me, even though I made the read, and it's very demoralizing. It made me not want to use the move anymore. So now that it's been expanded, I think that we'll see how much it's expanded. But expanded servant's hitbox, we'll see. But if it's wide enough, man, I will love this move. And an increase the time window during the servant can withstand the attack, so it's gonna last even longer, man. So great defensive option. All right, all versions about lifting the servant, same thing. Make the timing of the tension gauge. Okay. All right, same thing here. Servant Shoot, all versions. Increase active frames and reduce recovery. No change to frame advantage, and increase class level of the servant. Nice, so same thing as throwing the minion. And apparently the kicks have longer active frames now. I wonder what that will lead to. And reduce recovery, I like that. So with reduced recovery, so I guess we won't be able to get punished afterwards, but you can still get punished in between the like what you do. Like if you do a 2D into the servant shoot, you'll probably still get hit because the move's not faster, but it's just longer frames and reduced recovery. But still good. As long as like kicking the minions helps, then yeah. All right, aerial servant shoot, all versions. Reduce the deceleration, expand hitbox and hurtbox. All right. Oh, reduce deceleration. So what? It just goes faster through the sky. So like it just goes like right across. All right. Epsilon driver servants are now recovered immediately upon activation. Not exactly what I was looking for, or I don't know how that helps, but I mean, I'll take it. I guess you'll just get it'll fill up back your meter, because I guess if you have them out, they'll be staying out through hours to overdrive and just be gone by the time you're done. So I guess that's what that about. Did I miss something? I don't see anything about the blast command. Oh, this is the countdown, and it's to make the So okay, we still got moves that we're not going to use. We're still not going to use the bomb move. So the blast command is just like, it'd still be useful if it didn't like completely get rid of your meter after using it. But yeah, it's just still bad, man. I figured they'd do something with that, like anything. Maybe there's something they know about it that we don't. You know, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe they have some dope setup that they just know about that makes it super strong to the point where they had to make it get rid of all your gauge. that's the only thing I can come up with. But you know what? This is amazing. I love all these changes for Jacko, man. Especially the priority on throwing the minions and kicking the minions, and also having the servant gauge at the top. And 2K has gotten very strong too, man. Especially with the counter hits coming, and then our kick is strong too, and we can dash off of it. So things are looking real good for Jacko, man. Can't wait to put this all into practice. The infamous Happy Chaos. All right, here we go. Concentration. Amount of concentration depleted while readying the gun now varies depending on distance of opponent. Okay. The things I thought of, and I guess a lot of people thought of changing for Happy Chaos, would probably have ruined the character, but I think this is perfect. So if your opponent is far away from you and you're whipping out your gun and you're shooting at him, the concentration is going to deplete even faster, so you will not be able to harass you from afar. So let's just read up what the balance intention say. The amount of concentration depleted now varies depending on the distance between Chaos and the opponent. It is more difficult than before to continually use fire from long range. On the other hand, he can now use powerful strings at close range while expending less concentration. The way that the character was meant to be played, and you know, it's gonna. All right, before I start going into my whole spiel on Happy Chaos, I'm gonna finish the notes. All right, crouching P, reduce attack startup. Okay, you can go ahead and mash. Crouching kick, decrease knockback. Okay, close standing slash, reduce recovery. It seems like everybody's got that. Far standing slash, increase knockback, reduced recovery, increase movement speed. I think reduced recovery here is pretty good because he was open after using that. So it's weird to hit your standing slash and then be able to get counter attack so easily. Even though he could use his gun afterwards, you know, it still looks kind of weird. I'm glad they did that. Crouching slash, expanded upper hitbox and hurtbox. All right, I don't like going against that move, but I mean, I guess that would be good for him. Jumping, okay. Jumping 2K, reduce attack startup, nice. Reduce recovery after connecting with the opponent, and decrease the height of bounce after connecting with the opponent. This is really good because I really like this move at Happy Chaos, but nobody uses it. Why don't they use it? Because there's no point. Well, there was no point because you could just blast people from afar. But this is very fun to work with. You just keep hopping off of somebody's head, and then you can just do shots in between and just kind of keep them there. It's actually a pretty fun move to use. And now the Happy Chaoses will have some incentive to use it. And that's pretty great, man. It's pretty great. At the ready, reduce recovery, increase base scaling. Now depletes more risk level, increase combo blowback scaling, increase combo blowback scaling of combo with at the ready as a starter. Now causes more wall break value gain. Okay. Just looking at it again. Okay. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Fire. Hitbox now disappears when chaos takes damage. Decrease knockback. Okay. Fire during steady aim. Decrease damage. Love it. Absolutely love it. Steady aim. I'm guessing that reduced damage on block and on hit. Steady aim made. Oh, wait, did we just read that? Oh, this fire during steady aim. Okay. Steady aim made the timing of tension game increase upon special move activation faster. Reduce recovery after existing stance with 214/. Reload made the timing of tension gain decrease upon special move activation faster. So same things like with Jacko. Chaos now remains in a counter hit state until the end of the animation. That's pretty dope. So you know they catch you reloading, you getting a counter hit on you. Focus made the okay. We know about that one. Roll can now fire sooner than before. Increased movement speed. I like this change. I like this change because roll was pretty whack, man. Because you couldn't fire exactly when you wanted to. But this is a great change. This is a great change. I found a problem with Happy Chaos when I couldn't use a roll like that. Scapegoat. Increased health depletion on activation. Nice. Properties now vary when activated at low health. I wonder how those properties will vary. We'll find out. We'll find out when we get there. Curse. Effect now ends when Chaos takes damage. Nice. So I'm assuming that counts as chip damage too. So let's say he blocks like a minion toss or a Kai projectile, then the curse will go away. I believe so. It says when he takes damage, so I'm assuming chip damage also. May the timing of the tension gain increase upon special move activation phase. Okay. So back to Happy Chaos. I think just reading these changes out loud, he sounds like a legit character now. You know, if you get beat by him, it won't feel like terrible. It will feel fair to an extent, you know? And I know he's scary up close, but he was also terrifying from afar too. Not even terrifying is not even the word, just absolutely annoying and unfair. But now this makes it great. This makes it great, man. I might even pick up the character, man. Who knows? He's very fair to use, like because I had integrity, I couldn't use him before, but now I can definitely use the character, man. I love these changes on Happy Chaos. He's still a very strong character, but he's just like they took the unfair part away from him, and they made his other aspects of him better. And I like these changes for real. Baiken. All right, here we go. Standing P, reduce attack startup. Okay, we'll take it. Crouching kick, decrease knockback. Forward kick, momentum now remains when cancelled. This is amazing right here. And I will tell you why later. Close standing slash reduce recovery. Far standing slash reduce attack startup and reduce frontal hurtbox. This is going to help her neutral a lot, so you don't always feel compelled to have to jump in. Crouching slash reduce recovery and reduce frontal hurtbox, same as I was saying about far standing slash. Crouching heavy slash no longer hits opponents when they are more than a set distance apart. Reduce upper hurtbox. Okay. Tatami Gaishi now activates even when in upwards input. So like this is gonna be for like tiger knees. It's like the tiger knee motion. It's gonna help that. Expanded frontal hitbox of the strike. So with the expanding of the frontal hitbox of the strike and the forward kick momentum still remaining, that means like when you do the forward kick into the mat, the Tatami Gaishi, you're pretty much guaranteed to get the hit and to be able to do the combo. And this is exactly how I play Baiken, man. And all right, but I'm about to get into it again. Let me just finish the patch notes and then I'll get into it. Where were we? Aerial Tatami Gaishi, extended back hitbox of the projectile during descent. Expanded back hitbox. Okay. All right, that's good. Now activates, Kabari. Now activates even with an upward input. Increased attack startup. Reduced recovery. Increased knockback. On grounded hit, the tether no longer pulls opponent in during the animation. Okay. This is another move of mine that I love using with Baiken because I'm the type of person who will tether to anybody. So increase the attack startup. That makes it slower, but it reduces the recovery. So with a reduced recovery means that you'll be the one who gets to attack first. Because a lot of times it was neutral if they blocked, or like somewhere, yeah, it was neutral if they blocked, and then you had advantage if it hit. But now you'll always have advantage, no matter if they block or hit. Increase the knockback, and yeah, this is the only thing I don't like. On grounded hit, the tether no longer pulls them in. But you know, that could easily be worked with, because Baiken has something that can hit you from any range during the tether. You know, she has the crouching heavy slash that goes very far. Got a crouching slash, standing slash, because you know her buttons got better, like at least her slash buttons did. And then she could always jump if you jump, so it's gonna create a very good situation there, man. I love this change. I wish they didn't have to increase the startup, but it is what it is. Kabari heavy slash version now activates even up. Okay, now less affected by combo blowback scaling. Now the follow-up now triggers a counter hit effect. So now you have more reason to follow up after it, you know? Because usually you just get a hit and it's just like it's risky to take it, and it's just like a low amount of damage. Now you can get a counter hit, which is I think is great. Blowback direction now matches the direction Baiken is facing. Expanded lower hitbox. No longer in counter hit state after the active frames end. No longer hits opponents when more than a set distance apart. Increased recovery on block. Okay. So is your recovery increased on block? Okay. So if they block that, you better block. Reduce landing recovery for Yosansen and increased damage. I like the increased damage, and I like the reduced landing recovery, because now that could possibly mean that you could throw this out, like when you do your slash on them and then you do Yosansen afterwards. If they block that, then you'll probably be able to block their attacks, because usually they're able to hit you with a close slash and combo you afterwards if they block it, but I think that's not the case anymore. Hiragi, which is the parry, reduce recovery after successful parry as well as when unsuccessful. Now this is great. It's like, sure, you're probably, if you miss the parry, you're most likely still gonna get attacked and you're still gonna get comboed, right? But you know, it's good to have that just in case, you know, just get your opponent messed up. But successful parry, usually like you didn't have advantage when you hit your parry. Now it seems like you'll be able to move before your opponent, so you can set them up after successful parry, which I think sounds amazing. All right, and Surane Sansu Watashi when blocked midair, yada yada yada. Oh, but there's more to this. Increase attack startup. Okay, that's fine, because you know the move's still invincible, so that's whatever. But yeah, these changes to Baiken absolutely complement my style of Baiken. I love using the forward kick into the mat, and I love throwing out tethers. And now that the tether, where is it? Where the reduced recovery, so now I have advantage. I absolutely love that, man. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of playing Baiken, I swear to you. These are some great buffs for her. I'm very excited to play her, man. Her, Jacko, and Faust, man. They're really getting me going for this patch, man. The patch is great so far. All right, on to the next one, or we should say the last one. Last but not least, Testament. Okay, Crow. Fixed a bug where the crow would sometimes not behave as intended after a wall break sequence. I think what they're talking about is when the crow, instead of being flying next to you, he'd just be like stuck there, and he'd just be like in a frozen state. It wouldn't affect gameplay, but it just looked kind of weird. Maybe, I could be wrong, but I think that's what they're talking about. Air dash. Shortened dash time, adjusting the value to match other characters. Okay, I'll take it. Jump landing. Fixed a bug where Testament's lower hurt box would sometimes disappear at the instance of landing. That sounds kind of broken. I'm glad they fixed that. Standing K, reduce recovery. Crouching K, decrease knockback, reducing attack startup. Okay. Close standing slash, reduce recovery, as per everybody else. Bar standing slash, reduce attack startup, reduce recovery, and reduce frontal hurt box. So just all around better. What a great neutral tool. It's just all around better, bro. Crouching slash, same thing. Reduce attack startup and reduce the frontal hurt box, man. All right, that's amazing. All right, standing heavy slash, reduce recovery. That's great because it's a disjointed attack. So like you want to throw that out when you think your opponent's gonna attack, but you don't want to get countered when you throw it out there. So the reduced recovery is very good. All right, 6 heavy slash, decreased horizontal blowback distance. Reduced attack startup. Love the reduced attack startup. Love that. Absolutely love it. Jumping slash. Reduce frontal hurt box. Okay. Grave Reaver. All versions. Now activates even after an upward input. Okay. Succubus remains on screen longer. This is amazing. This is amazing. Because like you could just like wait for a while and then teleport afterwards. And because I'm sure people have gotten used to the times, and I always thought that it needed more time for the succubus to sit. I think that's great. Fix the bug where it would hit multiple times. I don't know what they're talking about here. Like, well, it's never happened to me when I play Testament, but I do know when you're close and you hit the and you use the versions, it hits twice. But it hits twice for a reason. So I'm guessing it must be hitting more than twice in some instances. Grounded Grave Reaper, all versions. Expanded the frontal hitbox and hurtbox of the strike. That's amazing. Grave Reaper strike version. The strike hit now launches the opponent higher. That's great. That leaves longer for setup. You know what that does? What that does is makes it like basically you'll get a meaty off of the crow or the unholy diver. It basically turns into a guaranteed meaty. Expanded lower hitbox. Okay. Grave Reaper heavy version, expanded lower hitbox of the projectile as it comes out. Okay, that's great. Grave Reaper all slash versions, expanded back hitbox of the projectile. Okay. Grave Reaper all heavy slash version, reduce the attack startup. Even better. Okay. Yeah, this thing got a lot of buffs, man. These Grave Reapers, the move I thought it was always a good move. It got even better, bro. I like it. Unholy Diver. This is the throwing of the crow. Yeah, Grave Reaper is when she scoops the ground and little when they scoop the ground and little skull things appear. I don't know how to describe it. It's the thing that sets up the succubus. All right, Unholy Diver now launches his opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback. Maybe that makes it easier for setups because if it knocks them higher, it gives you a chance to get closer to make use of your stain. Increase active frames after succubus transformation. Okay, increase active frames. Okay, I like it. Expanded hitbox after succubus transformation. Nice. Wait. Expand the hitbox. Oh, okay. Got you. So they're just making it easier to make sure that you hit a meaty when you want to. The crow will now always fly in a straight line when the button is held, even if a succubus is on the screen. I like that change. I like that. So you could let them think that you could put them in a spot where they're like, okay, I could get free without getting hit by this crow if I jump, and then you just throw the higher one, and then because you held the button down. I like that. It helps put with the mind games. I like it. Possession now activates even after an upward input. So these are like the Tiger Knee inputs. So like if you hit that and then do the move. Arbiter Sign. Reduced recovery. I love that. I hated when I was throwing out Arbiter Signs and then getting countered afterwards. Like people just run up on me and then freaking combo me after. Hated that. Reduced recovery is great. Nostrovia. Initial hit now bounces opponents higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. I think they're doing that so because I feel like that's when the two succubuses attack you for the overdrive. I think it like I know a lot of times I use it. It was kind of inconsistent with the hitting. I think that might help with that. I might be wrong on that. Calamity 1. When blocked mid-air, the opponent now lands more quickly than before, like with all overdrives and DPs. Which I love those universal changes. Okay, man. Testament looking pretty nice, bro. I remember after Jacko came out, they didn't, and a patch recently came. They didn't really change anything on it. But Testament just came out. They're giving them everything. Well, yeah, Testament seems like a very solid character to me now. At first, I was like, I don't really like this character. This character seems kind of weak. But these kind of changes are exactly what they needed, man. Exactly what they needed. I love these changes. I absolutely love these changes. And that is my breakdown of the Season 2 patch notes, man. I am excited to play this 2 days from now. I know you're excited to play this. I can't wait. These changes are absolutely amazing. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for daily fighting game content. Thanks for watching.